CarX Street is now on Xbox. And I have some unfortunate news. You see, I had an Xbox Series X and then I didn't have an Xbox Series X. There's no crazy reason as to why. It's because ultimately every Xbox game is coming to PC and Microsoft is merging Windows and Xbox. But the great news is CarX Street is coming to PlayStation as well and is now out on Xbox. So all 5 people that own an Xbox sorry. It's finally here. I'm really, really glad. But of course, I can check out the PC version because there's been some changes. Now, obviously, the usual that gets added to a game over time is brand new cars, including ASAP Rocky's car. We've got some Porsches, we've got some McLarens, we've got Lamborghinis. Now, I'm gonna be real. I don't know exactly what was added because honestly, the way they do it is they just list the name of it and they don't list the actual car's name because obviously that would be a breach of copyright or IP law, whatever. It would be a breach of many, many things. And so they basically don't list what cars are added and you kind of gotta guess whatever the f that is. I get it. I know why it's done. We're gonna try and see, using my brain, which cars are new. That's gonna be incredible. Like this van. What the hell? I don't really remember this BMW, the M30. Okay, maybe I remember the name being in the game. Evo 10? Was that there before? Maybe? Now, cars are all well and good for them to add, but there is actually, in my opinion, one of the most significant changes that they have made thus far. And again, this, I imagine, is on Xbox because that's out now. And it'll be on PlayStation. So when they said to me that it's coming out, they said the PlayStation version is going to come out this summer. It is now officially summer, so it sounds like it's actually not that far away. That's new, right? Oh, for God's sake. Kind of curious, actually, what's the noise like? Oh, it's got an electric noise. It's got an electric noise, to say the least. Man, I have to say, the game is maybe looking a little bit better. And I have noticed the performance has definitely been improved over time. I still wouldn't say it's so much better than it was before. It's still a little funky sometimes. But if I do the PC player thing and actually, you know, properly disable my VSync, it should allow the frames to unlock. Press apply on that, and we should see it. Can you move? You should be able to see it move, and along with some screen tearing. Okay, so we're still sat at like 60. Now, for pure context, my friends, I'm playing at 4K, and I am playing on a 4080. Yes, optimization maybe more so for lower-end hardware. But I have noticed outside the city I can get 120, so swings and roundabouts. I'm putting that VSync back on. Hang on. Oh, I notice I have the resolution upscaling off. You could do that, but real resolution, please. Now, this is something I did read, and it's interesting. This game, in case you didn't know, originated as a mobile game. They make the mobile version, and then you buy the normal game full with everything, except maybe some cars, on the PC and consoles. So, it's fine. It's an acceptable system, but one of the problems I had with this game is that it is a bit of an unnecessary grind. Now, I love a grind, but there's a difference between, like, I'm enjoying replaying events to please make it stop. Please! And I think one of the main reasons for that is because of the parts in the game. There are a lot. You not only have engine, drivetrain, body, suspension, and wheels. If I go onto the engine, you have ECUs, and then down the side, you got turbo, camshaft, intakes. We've got so many things in here. 9, and they'll go all the way across to these parts that basically you can't get except with this premium currency, which you can now get. Things have been very overcomplicated, but one thing I mentioned previously, and this really confused a lot of people, I said it's like there's a gaping hole where microtransactions are supposed to be there. Not that I want them, but we know it's a mobile game, and it's like they removed the microtransactions and didn't fix the gaping hole that requires the microtransactions. They now have. It is in the way of these card packs, which reminds you a little bit of Need for Speed Payback in that way. Not great, because that's what got the studio shut down. No, technically it was Battlefront, but shh. But in these packs, you get multiple of them for free from Go. You receive a bunch of parts, and these parts, I think, can just be placed around just all of the vehicles anyway. Wait, is that actually like oh, no, it's a mixture. So we get visual and performance. Anyway, I didn't hate the system in Payback, but I don't really love the system in this. But I prefer it to what was there previously, which was nothing. But I get these parts and then I can install these parts or I can sell these parts. And then there's the question of, okay, how do you get them? Because obviously it's all well and good giving us now the parts, so we don't necessarily have to buy all the parts for all the cars, and you can still do that, but now you have a way to not spend all your money on that, so you can spend your money on cars. Not this one. Otherwise, you must leave right now. Oh my goodness! I'm a Porsche guy these days, unfortunately. I hate to admit it, but look at this thing. It's absolutely incredible. I wish it had a wing on it. I could probably do that, couldn't I? Right. Let's check out the Porsche. Oh, she skirts away. Now, one thing I do have to say, definitely that needs improving over time. I would like to see some major improvements in this across all platforms. God, that traffic is crazy, by the way. That's really cool. I struggle to come back to the game. The handling is a little unpredictable, unintuitive. It struggles a little bit, and I think that's just maybe just the base handling. I'm sure you can improve it, but things don't move in the way that I would expect. It's a little strange, heavy on the understeer unnecessarily, even though the game was built upon like drifting and stuff. And I know, sure, you can tune, but it's kind of like when 2015 added the traction control option, and it's no good. It doesn't feel right. And then it snaps and goes, oh, you want to slide, and it starts sliding. So I do want to see improvements to that. Now, one other thing I do want to mention, there's a lot to mention, and overall, I just want to be clear, I'm really happy with the improvements that they've made. I obviously just want to make you aware of the critiques, and I think that's very, very important in the case of I enjoy this game, but it's imperfect. Did I have traction control on there? Yeah, I may have done that accidentally, but it's still the same with it or without it. Okay, yeah, it's still doing it. So if I do a little bit of sliding, you'll notice at the top, it's got a kind of Forza Horizon style counter. I don't want to give the credit to Forza didn't invent that, but you know, recent times. Test Drive, there you go. Test Drive Unlimited style counter at the top there, like Frim. Yeah, it's like Frim. If you look at the top right, I'm actually earning a little bit of cash doing this. I was earning a little bit of cash doing this. Really cool, because you can then just slide around, prat about, and earn the money. I don't remember it being at least noticeable previously, but it is absolutely something that is incredibly welcome. I am very happy about this. Now, let's continue what we were talking about, which is those card-type thingy-bobbers. It does a couple of... Oh my god, the smoke. It does a couple of things right here in how you get them. So I don't know if you can buy them or not. I haven't quite looked yet, but it doesn't seem like you can right now. The way you actually get them, as far as I'm aware, is if you go onto one of your events that you've been doing or have done. Mostly the ones you have done. Now, do you remember when you complete the events, they would go gold and they would go elite races? Well, I thought it was kind of pointless and silly previously. It didn't really make any sense as to why you would bother doing that. But if I just very quickly switch to my BMW, this should demonstrate exactly what I'm talking about. Do you see the reward level 2 right here? As you can see, it's providing money, the other money, and the card packs at the same time. This is awesome to see. I am very, very happy about it. The events and AI, still not amazing, but I will demonstrate in the way of this, which is a drift series event, because quite honestly, and it just starts, I don't have to drive there, it's kind of nice. I've already put in the work, put in the grind, I should just receive. I don't want to check the drifting thing that I was talking about because the CarX community will shout at me again, but quite honestly, it's the drift ones at least, seemingly quite easy to do. Just kind of chain your drifts and make sure you go do this, because otherwise you'll lose all your points. Maybe they changed it. I'm just not going to find out. Maybe I will find out. The smoke might be a little mad. I turned it up too high. Oh my goodness. This may have been a mistake. I don't care. Smoke it up, baby. So the drift handling is something they clearly do well. The drift handling, very, very nice. I like it a lot. The actual grip driving, they definitely need to do a little more work. But I appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to it coming to PlayStation. Of course, the usual, they do the situation of crossplay. I don't actually know if they've done that this time, but usually is the case, and it would make sense because it would line up with the new anti-cheat. Horrible, horrible word. Horrible, dirtiness. Yes, they did some changes to the anti-cheat system. It now runs under Epic Games. I don't really remember that before. I don't know if it actually runs under Epic Games, but I have some weird Epic Game looking up data. I had Epic Games installed, but, you know, I'm a Steam man. I'm a Steam guy. But the anti-cheat system really is flagging a lot of mods, a lot of the graphics mods that I checked out previously, just using like filters essentially to change the visuals of the game. They will upset the anti-cheat. Modding cars visually, like swapping them, apparently actually supported in-game. Like there's some kind of system in place that's okay. Pretty cool. But any cheating with money, as in with Cheat Engine, our beautiful tool, will apparently not ban you, but it will actually mean that it won't open properly. I don't think is what the game won't function in the full capacity or at all. Highly disappointing. I think people should have a choice, because once again, I understand the point here. There is a competitive element to this game, but I don't think it should be. I'm still of the camp, I just don't give a damn. I don't care about competition. I don't care. I like cooperative fun, and then therefore, I think people should be able to just do what they want. I enjoy a little bit of effort, a little bit of work, reward for my work, but some people just don't. They just want to jump in and play. And I think they should be able to do that. So anyway, you complete the event and boom, you can see it's put a marker just in between, and I've got a 2x multiplier going on. So if I now do the next event, this should give me those rewards that you see on screen right there. My only worry is it's got like a day timer thing, like 28 days. Is that when it resets? Oh, that's fine. That's okay. That would be all right. I thought it would just not let you get the rewards. But I guess if you get all of them, you have to jump onto another one. And that's fine. It adds replayability to the events, and that's a good thing. I like replayability. There's a reason to keep playing. Look, it wouldn't be a Black Panther video without checking out some customization. This is the Porsche we've been using and we purchased for this video. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, no, okay. Now I just want to say, originally I complained that there's no wing or things like that, but this converts it to different Porsche models, and this is absolutely the best way, oh my god, to do body modifications in a game. Fully convert the car to be the other cars. That's perfect. That is fantastic. That's what I want to see more of. That is amazing. Screw your Hellcat. Oh my god, can I have a GT3 RS GT3 with a roof that open? That's absolutely fantastic. So I don't really know which one I'm going to go for. That looks pretty cool. That looks exactly like it. That's the GT3 RS, isn't it? And that's the GT3. No, it's not. It's a custom one. That's a custom one. And that is just... It's a little bizarre, to be honest with you, but I'm digging it. And of course, once you've picked the parts that you like, you can then go in and pick the other elements of the parts that you want to change, including the front bumper. Oh, that's sick. That's really nice. The fenders no longer fit, but it means if you had like this bash bar, it would kind of make sense and work. We've got the roof that we want. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We've got the headlights that we can change. We can go from purple to normal. I kind of like the normal ones. We can change the mirrors. That's pretty beautiful and nice and spicy. I'm going to go with the standard ones. We got the spoiler, which we can then mess with. That is very, very cool. And then I can change the camera just after that if I want to get a good look. That is incredibly cool. What the f? That is less cool. However, I'm going to put it on just because. And then we're going to put the roll cage. And we've got stock wheels that we can go for. We've got a few different styles. Oh, now I see what this is. So you can do all wheels, front wheels or rear wheels. That definitely wasn't there previously. Big fan of that, because I know some people like to mismatch their wheels. I'm not usually one of them, but it's still a good thing to have. And if I spend all of that, 130k. Again, it is a lot of money to be spending on visual customizations, to be fair. Oh my god, yes. But at the same rate, I think this is awesome to see. It's kind of like an RWB, but it's a new Porsche. I think it's hateful, but I love that it exists. So thank you so much, CarX, for doing this. I'm impressed. Honestly, they've done a really good job. And the livery editors in the game, even better. I will not be touching it right now because everyone will laugh at me. I will not be doing that, my friends. Oh, yo. custom license plates. Can you, the crew please hurry up, for God's sake? And then the backfire, of course. Holy crap. Oh my God, that's sick. I'm doing that. And you can do the same with the NOS. I can now actually just spend that money. It is so worth. Your metallic wheel paint, kind of shite, but thankfully you can just go for like a pearlescent or a chrome to get it a little bit nicer, or a caramel. Get my spacers on there. We got front rims, or we can change the size of them. Yeah, I should probably have done that before before anything else, but you know what? Oh, that's sexy. Big, thick tires, but with beautiful fitment. Let's go one size down on that. Wait, no, that's wrong. Look, what's happened to my tires? Oh, no. Oh, okay. It's just fine. It's not me. It's not me. Good. Anyway, let me know if you want to see me come back to a little bit more CarX, because honestly, I think it's definitely time to do so if you haven't played for a little while. They've definitely made some major improvements, and I'm very, very happy with the state of the game. Other than, you know, it gets a little bit stiff sometimes. It's fine. Could be a bit better. I'm not even sorry, Range Rover. You deserve it. So let's once again jump into a nice little drift event, into an open space. Get some skids going on. You're going to be happy about this. It's going to be fantastic. Watch this. I know what I'm doing. I'm Driftman McCheese. Do want to make a note that I will be trying out the PlayStation version of the game, because I do have a PlayStation, but I will still be primarily playing this. But I'm curious to see the changes in, like, the story and how the animations, the cutscenes, whatever is involved at the beginning of the game happens, because apparently they made some new boss dialogue and stuff. That would be pretty interesting to see, but of course, I don't really want to bother deleting my save or making a new Steam account or any of that rubbish. I'll experience it when I start playing the PlayStation version of the game. So a little bit more work on the physics feeling correct, a little bit more work on the sounds, and I think, overall, I am very happy with the game. It's in a such better state than it was previously. There is kind of purpose behind doing these grinding events, doing the extra events that there was less of before. I'm getting that money as well there with that special gold, which is specifically for like special parts. I think normally on mobile you would pay for that currency, but as I said, that gaping hole has been solved. That missing element, the way of getting a good amount of that currency is now in the game. It's just easy. So anyway, I've now completed another 2 of those events, so that you can see the little one and the big one, which means I can now claim those rewards. There's no like fun animation and everything, which means I'm like, did I claim it? Did I claim it? But I did. You can see it's now gray. So if I then go into my phone and inventory and go over to the storage, you can see I have received a pack. Which one it is, I think it was the street pack, wasn't it? Let's open that street pack. Whoa, we got some RS5 hard. Hang on, is that for a specific car? I don't know. Let's check it out. All right, I am... left stick goes to inventory. Very cool. So if I want to take this, the name RS5 threw me off. So let's go for the RS5. How do I put things on? Right. So RS5 hard. Is that the part I got? That's a pretty good part to get. So if I press install, aha! You do it from the inventory or with money. There you go. Big props to the developers for making such a monumental change. Honestly, such a significant change that it just drastically fixes a huge issue with the game, to the point where this is like, I've gone up big money from just this play session. Money rebalanced, the other money is now obtainable properly. You can get those cards, which means you can just save your money to buy the cars that are now being expanded upon, and it gives reason for the replayability of the events. It all just comes together, and it finally feels a little bit more like they figured out how to do this. So I'm pretty happy to recommend this at like a high level now. I just, you know, maybe let's mess around with those grip physics just a little bit more.